Sage smoke fills the room as a grandmother says prayers over her granddaughter. She is holding an egg and sweeping it over the granddaughter's body, making sure it touches each body part. This ritual is a limpia, meaning a cleansing, to rid the girl of all evil spirits and mal de ojo. A few days before the cleansing, the granddaughter was complaining of stomach pains and started to vomit. Medicine did not seem to help her, and she continued to get worse. The girl's grandmother decides to do a limpia. This is because the symptoms were similar to what is known to the Mexican culture as mal de ojo, also known as the evil eye. The reason is usually jealousy. It can happen accidentally or on purpose. Someone might have thought this little girl was cute or well behaved and cursed her with their jealousy. The grandmother finishes the sweeping of the egg and then breaks it into a glass of water and places it underneath the bed. If the yolk is broken in the morning, then the mal de ojo hex has been broken. The next morning, the grandmother checks the egg. The yolk is broken. The girl experiences no more vomiting or stomach pains after the ritual.
Women in Mexico, Puerto Rico, and even the United States, specifically California, Colorado, New Mexico, and Texas, have practiced curanderismo. It is believed to have the balance of health, nature, and religion. Ancestors of the Aztec, Mayan, and Spanish cultures have used curanderismo as a form of healing for centuries. The tradition of curanderismo has been known to help people spiritually, emotionally, and even physically. Ailments can range from strong emotional states, such as lovesickness, sustio, or being frightened, hexes, curses, and depression. It is believed that when these ailments are interfering with someone's life, modern medicine may not be the answer. Instead, people will travel to their local curandera to receive treatment. There are many cultural elements that assist in curanderismo. Treatment of certain sicknesses may include Catholic prayers, such as Our Father and Hail Mary, and or blessing of the body with an egg, herbal teas, candles, and oils. Familial assistance in curanderismo is important, and a curandera will ask the family to be present to break a curse. Although curanderas are some people's first line of defense for illness, it is believed that everything is God's will. God's will is the most important, and a patient must believe that God will heal their ailments. Prayers from the Catholic Church are used during ritual practices, as well as traditional healing methods. Curanderismo is practiced particularly among women. Legend has it that if a child cries in the womb, the woman is destined to be a curandera. It is considered a gift from God, and they are held in the highest honor. Although many curanderas are held in high honor, they have challenged cultural norms and have broken stereotypes associated with females in the Hispanic Latino culture. Many curanderas believe that although society has told women to be passive and not to hold leadership positions, they instead believe that healing people is God's will and is the only permission they need. Although curanderismo is practiced specifically in Mexico, it is also practiced in different regions of Latin America. People from Mayan descent in Guatemala have also practiced curanderismo. One specific ritual was a Mayan curandera. She and a group of other women were healing a man. The man lay in front of the curandera, motionless. She whispered prayers in her native tongue. The healing ritual was taking place in front of an ancient Mayan site, which is believed to hold powers of the ancestors. A fire burning was emitting black incense smoke that was made from the copal tree. This is a common tradition to keep spirits from coming back. Although this is similar to Mexican customs, it is more rooted in shamanism and have been linked to trances induced by drugs. While there are skeptics that do not believe in the supernatural or the healing powers of a person, there are some instances where a blessing needs to take place, and it would require many healers. In Mexico, close to the border of the United States, police officers asked 14 curanderas to cleanse a space that was the site of horror, torture, and evil. In the border town of Matamoros, a red abandoned shack was used as a torture chamber of 14 people. They were kidnapped by the Mexican cartel that were also believed to be involved in the occult. The people were tortured endlessly with knives, and their souls were offered to Satan. Their bodies were buried in shallow graves with wires connected to the spines so that years later, the spines of the dead could be used as decorations or jewelry. The cartel was using sacrifices as favors to Satan, asking him to keep their loads of drugs safe and to keep them invisible to the Border Patrol and police officers. The reason for the cleansing was to clean the land of evil that might have still been there, and to keep police safe from the spirits that could attach themselves and bring harm to their families. The curanderas gathered in a circle, recited holy prayers from the Catholic Church, and burned sage. After the prayer circle was done, they walked around the property and over the graves that were now empty. They continued with their prayers through the night and ended the ceremony with one last prayer circle. They felt that the place was cleansed, and police were able to continue to investigate further. Without the help of the curanderas, the souls of the murdered would be wandering around the property for years, but with this blessing, it would hopefully put them to rest. Although curanderas practice healing with light magic, some assume that they can use dark or black magic to bring people harm or mal de ojo. Black magic is when the world of evil coincides with the living world. Instead of healing or helping, it brings harm to those who are cursed by others that practice brujeria or witchcraft. While curanderismo uses Catholic saints to watch those in need, black magic instead prays to the saint of death, Santa Muerte. She is known as the narco saint, because many people who worship her are involved in crime or drug trafficking. If someone prays to her, they must make a promise or a deal. If you do not follow through with your promise, she will hurt you or take something away from you, which can include your life. Curanderismo is a tradition that is able to heal those with ailments that may not be healed with modern medicine. It has shown that tradition should be passed down through generations and to give knowledge and power to those who are able to help their communities. Curanderas have challenged societal stereotypes and have been able to cure those in the most meaningful way. Women in particular are ones who are able to carry out God's will and use traditional medicine as well as be healed by a curandera. Hopefully these traditions will never die out and are able to help others who are in need of spiritual guidance.